Okay, I'm back on. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened. It just got dropped. All of a sudden I had a big red button that said your live has finished. I got kicked off. I don't know why, but I'm back. So hopefully you guys will see this and come back on. I'm so sorry. I don't know what that was. I'm going to go try to go post in the group to find the next live. I see that there are 2 people on here. So if you are jumping on, let me know that you came back and that you saw this, because I was on before and I totally got kicked off, and I don't know why or what's happening with the internet. This is not the first time though. You should see it was freezing. Ginger, you're back. Okay, good. It was freezing and then I got kicked off. So hopefully everyone finds their way back here, because, or you know, if they want to. I was on a rant. I'm just trying to post in the group right now that I'm back. So if you see anyone posting about this, just let them know, yes, she's back. She's had to start another one. Mary, you came back too. Okay, good. So I don't know why it froze or why I got kicked off, because I can't even post right now because my Chromebook is also frozen. So we're just continue, and then I'll just let everybody know later that, oh, Jason, hi, good. I mean, Letitia, I see Jason first. I say Jason. Letitia, good, you're back again. I'm glad everyone's finding their way back. Hi, Natalie, I'm glad you're back. I'm going to wait for everyone just to find their way back. So I was talking before I got all frozen and kicked off about the gadolinium, you know, the contrast with the MRIs. Don't ever get that. It's filled with the heavy metals. The virus feeds on the heavy metals, and then you go into an exacerbation. It happens every single time. And then the doctors blame it on, oh, well, it was a stressful situation, so it makes sense that you got an exacerbation. No, your exacerbations aren't always just caused by stress. Stress is such a general term, right? Well, stress in the body leads to inflammation. So, you know, inflammation. No, actually, let's keep going, because I want to get to the number 1 reason. Karen, hey, I just saw that you signed on. How are you? Patty, glad you're back. All right, so the number 4, 3, 2. Okay, so the number 2 untruth, huge untruth, and I hope most of you already know this. If you don't, this is great information. When they tell you about the medications, and yeah, my nails, I just saw there. Oh, wow. I got to get those done. When they tell you about the medication, they give you a whole list, right? A whole list of medications that you can take. And they say, okay, pick one. Those medications, what they don't tell you, the disease-modifying drugs, what they don't tell you is that those disease-modifying drugs kill your body's ability to produce antibodies. What happened was, I don't know when, a long time ago, before all of these DMDs came out, another acronym, they looked at all the MS patients and they saw what they had in common. What they had in common was elevated antibody levels. High levels of antibodies, but they didn't see an infection. So some genius, this is the mood I'm in today, sorry. Some genius goes, well, why don't we stop the body's ability to even make antibodies? And then, you know, that should help them. Okay, so it doesn't kill your entire immune system, and that's why they say immunocompromised, not immunokilled. The reason why it's compromised is because you have a hierarchy in your immune system. You have your immune fighters that kill the common cold, and then you have the immune fighters that kill chronic diseases or viruses, bad viruses, those real bad pathogens that cause chronic diseases. And you have every level in between. What the DMDs do is they kill the body's ability to produce the antibodies that you need to kill the virus. What I see with my clients, and I tell everyone up front, listen, you're more than welcome to do this protocol. I'll coach you through the whole thing. But I want you to know before you sign up, those medications are going to stop your body's ability to kill a virus. So you will heal because we're going to bring the viral load down by all the other things that we're doing. We're going to bring the viral load down so we have less for your immune system to attack. And of course, that's going to help. But we need your immune system to be able to kill the virus, because that's part of the whole process, the starve, kill, detox. The starve, you're starving the virus so that your very strong, healthy immune system can attack it, can see it, attack it, kill it, and then you detox it out. And that's what the whole starve, kill, detox thing is. And when I say see it, your immune system be able to see it, I say that because the virus emits a smoke screen, kind of like an octopus that inks to evade its predators. The virus does the same thing with the smoke screen. It lets out like this, kind of like this fog, this smoke, so that your immune system can't find it and can't kill it. And that's how it's been able to evade doctors, because it leaves our bloodstream and it goes into an organ. So when we get our blood tested and they say, oh no, you're fine, we don't see any infection in there, that's because the virus is no longer in the bloodstream. And that's why sign up for the workshop, because day one, we're going to be talking about the Epstein-Barr virus. I just gave away the number one. Man, I knew I was going to do that. I should have started with number one. We're going to be talking about the Epstein-Barr virus and all 4 stages. You guys knew where I was going anyway. And all 4 stages of the Epstein-Barr virus. And you need to know that, because me, along with everyone that I talk to, when we go through the 4 stages of the Epstein-Barr virus, for me, it was like a reading of my childhood. I was such a sick kid. All right, so let me just go to number 1, because you all know what I'm going to say. The biggest lie that they've ever said, that they continue to tell people who are diagnosed with MS, is that your body is attacking itself. And my job just got a lot easier in the last couple months, because the medical community is finally realizing that your body is not attacking itself. Your body can't. I've been saying this for years. Your body can't. It's just not designed to do that. What your body is attacking is a virus called the Epstein-Barr virus. So back to Angela. Were you the one who said, I hope you're still on here. I haven't scrolled back to see the comments because I'm on my phone. I'm actually looking at my Chromebook, but I'm on my phone. Hold on. I think it was Angela who said about UTIs. Okay, so your body's not attacking itself. It's attacking the Epstein-Barr virus. One of the cofactors of the Epstein-Barr virus, besides the herpes virus, is the streptococcus virus, strep throat. So in your body, strep throat will either travel north or it will travel south. It doesn't normally do both, but I have heard very few cases of it doing both. So if it travels north, you've had strep throat. Every time you get tired, your tonsils get big. Maybe you got your tonsils removed when you were a kid. Anytime I got tired, I'd get strep throat. Always had the big white rocks on my tonsils. Did anyone ever get those? And did anyone ever, this is going to be gross, so if you have a weak stomach, you might want to mute me. So did anyone ever get the white rocks on their tonsils, but did you ever take tweezers and pick them off, like go in your throat and pick them off? Yeah, I don't tell a lot of people that, and I can't believe I just said it on live. It's disgusting. But as a kid, I did it all the time because I got sick of looking at it. I'm like, what is back there? What is that? I want to see that. And I would take it out and it would stink. It was such a nasty smelling infection. Yeah, super gross. I know. I won't spend too much time telling you that, but that's what I did. All right. So if it travels south, then you're going to get urinary tract infections. Ginger, are you saying yes to using tweezers? I just scrolled down. Kelly, I didn't, but my daughter did. Okay, good. Ginger, I think you said the same thing. So yes, you picked them off too. I'm glad I'm not the only one because that's fucking disgusting. But I'd still do it today if I had them. I really would. I should have been a surgeon. I think I was a surgeon in a past life, or I'm supposed to be a surgeon in my next life. All right, so sorry. If it travels south, if the streptococcus virus travels south, then you're going to be dealing with bladder issues, kidney stones, and urinary tract infections all the time. I use Q-tips. I've heard of people using Q-tips. I never used a Q-tip before. I always use my tweezers, which Q-tip seems like a much smarter idea because they're not pointy. I would dip them in alcohol first, my tweezers. I would dip them in alcohol first and then use them. So at least I had the sense to do that. But yeah, UTIs, it's more common for the virus to travel south and affect your kidneys, your bladder, and urinary tract infections are huge. But what you have to understand is when you begin to heal, and again, I tell everybody this very often, you're going to get worse. Most likely, you're going to get worse before you get better. If you don't get worse before you get better, that's awesome, but it's not very likely. Your body has to come back into balance, and it's going to work really hard to get that virus out. So just like I say, ever since I gave birth, I've been saying this. So this analogy works for so much. So when the pendulum swings so far to one side, it has to swing just as far to this side before it's going to balance out. You've seen a pendulum, right? It goes back and forth until it finally balances at the bottom. So your body, when you're sick, is, let's say the pendulum is over here. You have to swing back over here before you balance out. And this swing is a lot. It's a lot to go through. So that's why I offer the group coaching, by the way, because it's really hard to go through, especially if you're very sensitive, you're very sick, or you've been sick for a long time. It's hard to go through this protocol by yourself. Yes, we have the group, but you need to understand when to stop, when to keep going. Is this normal? It's very scary in the beginning because you don't have any evidence. Denise used Q-tips too. I love it. I love knowing that I wasn't the only one. You need to know, well, I was going to say, when you're healing and you're getting worse before you get better, you don't have any evidence to support what you're doing is going to work. So your brain is like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're getting worse. Oh my God, you're getting worse. You're doing this natural thing where you listen to this chick on Facebook. Why? You're getting worse. Stop doing what you're doing. Go do what the doctor said. Get on the medication quick. That's what your brain is doing. And it is so hard to stay the course with this protocol. But when you do, when you have somebody kind of holding your hand saying, don't worry, this is normal. Yep, this happens to everybody. And when you're in that group of women who are like, oh my God, the same thing happened. I wasn't sure if that was normal. Your brain goes, oh, okay, I got to do my nails. Your brain goes, oh, okay, I am doing the right thing. Okay, let's stay at it. And like your anxiety level is brought down. It's very hard to go through something new when really when all the doctors are against it. I was called stupid. Literally, he used the word, my neurologist used the word stupid. To me, he called me stupid. He said, Janine, you are the stupidest patient I've ever met. And this was 7 years after the last time I had seen him. I was over 200 pounds and I was paralyzed the last time I saw him. Fast forward 7 years. No, I had not seen him in 7 years because I did a video 2 weeks ago and I told the untold story when I told everybody about my husband leaving and the abuse that took place, and I didn't have any money and I didn't have any insurance, so there was no going to the neurologist. I was on my own to heal myself, and that's why I say it doesn't take a lot of money to heal yourself. I did it with no money. So anyway, so it had been 7 years. So I finally get insurance. I get this great job. I get insurance. First thing I do is go back to the neurologist because I am so excited. I can't wait to walk into his office and say, Dr. Ravel, look. And so I get there. I'm so excited. They get me in the room. I'm sitting down. I'm waiting for him to come in the room, and he comes in. And he looks at me, and then he looks at the chart, and I'm waiting for it. In my mind, I was convinced that he was going to say, my God, Janine, you are so amazing. We are going to have to write in the medical journals about you. We're going to have to publish this and just tell the world what you've done. Yeah, not even close. Not even a little bit did he say anything like that. So he looks at me. He looks down at the chart. He looks at me. I go, hi. He goes, Janine? I go, yeah. And my brain's like, here it comes, here it comes. He goes, what did you do? I'm like, well, let me tell you. So I tell him everything, right? Now I'm waiting for his face to light up. Any second, his face is going to light up. He goes, have you been seeing another doctor? I said, no, I just haven't been here in 7 years. I know that's a whole nother story I can tell you about some other time, but no, I haven't seen another doctor, and that's everything that I did. He goes, well, what about your medication? I'm like, yeah, I stopped that. And he's shaking his head. And I'm like, this isn't looking good. This doesn't look like he's about to praise me and say, oh my God, how amazing. But I'm like, I'll just wait until he talks. So he looks up, he's nodding his head. He looks up at me, he goes, Janine, you're the stupidest patient that I have in my practice. I was dumbfounded. I don't even know what I said. I can't even tell you. The whole situation was surreal, and not in a good way. I don't even know if that's the right word to use. It was awful. I don't even have a memory of what I said next. I just remember coming home and being so deflated. For weeks, that stayed with me. For weeks, maybe longer. It was awful. So I get it. It's scary. When you're going to, who the hell... I won't speak for you, but for me, like, who the hell am I to say that a neurologist who went years and years of schooling, who the hell am I to say you're wrong and I'm right and I can heal MS? It sounds ridiculous, right? Or when you, the one watching this right now, goes, well, I'm listening to some chick on Facebook. She's got like this group and she says, people can heal from MS. Yeah, you really do sound like an idiot in front of the doctors. So I totally get it. And that's why I say, like, find your evidence. Okay, I can't ignore all of those exclamation points, Kim. You did not have a baby last month. You are so awesome. Okay, Facebook Live only shows you from like boobs down. So, and you know, as women, when we lose weight, like it starts here and it goes down. Yeah, I explode at the waist. I explode at the hips. But you know what? Whatever. I got 30 pounds to lose. No, I have 27 pounds to lose. And I haven't even started exercising yet. But I cut out the pizza Friday nights. I don't eat pasta anymore. And I'm just going to take it as it comes. I have my good days and I have my bad days. I have my days where I'm like, all right, I'm doing it. This is good. I can do this. And then I have other days where I'm crying and I'm in the fetal position going, I'm so fat. But then the little voice inside me kicks in and says, yeah, but you know what, Janine? You're healthy and you're helping other people get healthy. So just be fat for a while. You just had a baby. Relax. And I do. I coach myself. I coach myself the way I coach other people. And I'm like, listen, we got to celebrate the little wins. What have you done? Let's talk about progress. So yeah, I coach myself the way I coach my clients, because it's not just about MS. It's about getting shit done, following your intuition, listening to your gut. That's what it's all about. Oh, Kim, if you're wondering where your child is, everybody, Kim is my daughter's boyfriend's mother. They live in Virginia. So her son comes up here for a week or a weekend. My daughter goes down there. They take the train back and forth. So Kim, if you're wondering where your child is, Julie and him went into the beach and they're doing some thrifting. They're going out to dinner. I don't think they're back yet. I've only been on here like 30 minutes and I didn't hear them come in. So anyway, save me a text for later. All right, let's see what the other comments are doing. Denise says, at 27, I had so many unexplained high temps off and on for 6 months. No doctor could figure out why. I tested positive. Hold on. I had to hit the see more. I tested positive for EBV and ended up with strep settling in my fallopian tubes. Oh, wow, and needed surgery. That's a first for me. I'd never heard about that. I also grew up with constant strep until I had my tonsils out at 27 after testing positive for EBV. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing, Denise? All of these answers, like we had the answers back when we were kids. I had mono twice. I had strep throat all the freaking time. But no, I had mono once. The second time, they wouldn't diagnose me with mono. They just said that I had an elevated white blood count. My antibodies were through the roof, and they didn't know why. So my spleen, my liver, and that's another thing that we're going to talk about in the workshop. The Epstein-Barr virus doesn't only cause multiple sclerosis. It causes all the autoimmune diseases. So we're going to talk about what happens when EBV leaves the bloodstream and goes into the different organs. I'll give you a little hint. In our organs, our EBV went from our blood into our liver and our spleen. If it made a run for our thyroid, we would have been diagnosed with thyroidism, hyper or hypo. If it was riding our nerves, which is stage 4, little hints, that would be fibromyalgia. So it's going to be very interesting. So if you haven't heard my little talk on Epstein-Barr and the 4 stages of it, make sure you're on for day 1, at least day 1 of the workshop. So that's going to start May 2nd, Monday, May 2nd. Go to mindingyoursoul.com real quick, click on free workshop and just put in first name, last name, email address, sign up for it. This way you're entered as a VIP, because you'll get reminders of when I go live. You'll get other reminders if I need to remind you about something, about bonuses or whatever, but you'll also be automatically entered in, you'll be allowed to participate in the drawing for the full scholarship for the coaching, for the full, sorry, I just totally went, I thought I heard the front door. It wasn't the front door, it was the wind. Anyway, you'll be in the running to win a full scholarship to the group coaching, the 4-month group coaching program. So, all right, what else do we have here? I don't want to miss anybody because I'm done with my notes, so I just want to go through the comments and make sure. Elizabeth says, and you look fabulous. Yeah, you know what? Thank you. I do appreciate that very much. But I was just looking back at old videos that I did, and I was like, oh my God, I look so good, and I didn't think I looked good then. I'll get there. 7 weeks postpartum, I will get there. I'm lucky I have chapstick and mascara on today. it's a win. It's a win, and I'm going to celebrate it. But thank you so much. Oh, and Elizabeth, while I have you, or while you have me, I have your email marked as unread for weeks now about the breath work. Definitely want to do the breath work. Definitely want you in the private group and also the Minding Your Soul group. I just haven't got a chance to schedule anything. Notice we haven't had any guests in Minding Your Soul. We're getting there. I've been focusing on the workshop content. So just so you know, I would love to do the breath work, and just because you haven't heard from me doesn't mean I'm not interested. I can't wait to do it. Amanda says, your brilliant body just created a brilliant handmade little man. I know, I have to be kinder to myself and just remind myself of that. It's just, you know, when you take your clothes off and you know, before you go in the shower, you kind of like look in the mirror and you're like, ugh. I was so waterlogged, and now that I've given you all the information, listen guys, I give you all the information, so this is just like personal stuff now. I had so much water retention in my pregnancy, and after my pregnancy, I was so swollen. I lost 20 pounds of fluid right off the bat. But before I did, my body obviously swelled up, and now I feel like I'm waterlogged. Like in clothes, I don't look huge, but my skin is all chunky and uneven, and I'm hoping that's going to go away because that's ugly. And I love what Marissa said. I think Marissa said her mother said, go get a tan because even chicken fat looks better tan. So right. So I've been trying to sit out in the sun, but it's not that warm here yet. But Amanda, I really appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm trying to remember that. My ego gets a little loud sometimes though, and it's hurting lately. Ginger says, what do you do for bladder infections without taking antibiotics? Okay, when I would get a UTI, I absolutely would take an antibiotic because that is a pain no human needs to feel. That's awful. UTIs are awful. So if you need to take an antibiotic, go take the antibiotic. But what you want to do is you want to heal your body so that you don't get the UTIs anymore. I don't get them anymore. Mine traveled mostly north though. I didn't get a lot of UTIs. I just paused because I'm not sure if I should say what I was going to, but you know what? We're all human here. I wasn't having a lot of sex in my first marriage, so I didn't get a lot of UTIs at all because I always joke and I said I had it twice, right? 2 kids. Hence we're not married today. But I think mine was more north because I always got the strep throat. I always got the sinus infections. So what you want to do is absolutely take the antibiotics because no one needs to go through that pain. And why should you when there are antibiotics? But what you want to do is prevent your body from getting the UTIs in the future. Okay. It's not the time to do all natural stuff while you have a UTI. And anyone who's had one totally agrees with me. So the protocol for killing the Epstein-Barr virus is the protocol for healing MS is the same protocol for killing the streptococcus virus in your uterus, in your kidneys, in your bladder. And the bladder one is big. You will experience bladder spasms before it gets better. So the protocol is the same. You're killing a virus. You're killing the Epstein-Barr virus, and it's the same protocol. Starve, kill, detox. And that's going to clear everything up. Herpes is another big one. I know, I'm going off the rails here. I think it's because I haven't spoken to anybody but a 7-month-old all day today. So that's why I'm so chatty, and my Live at 5s are so long now, because I'm like, oh, people, let's talk. So what was I going to say? Herpes. The herpes virus is also a cofactor. So I've actually never had that. I've gotten everything else, but I didn't get that. But I do need people who have gotten or who have like with those blisters, try the coconut oil immediately. Of course, the protocol is going to kill the herpes virus and get it out of your body for good. But if you have a breakout and you have a cold sore, try coconut oil directly on it multiple times a day. I need someone to try that and let me know if it works, because the lauric acid in coconut oil is strong enough to break through the lipid coating of the herpes virus. It's also strong enough to break through the lipid coating of the HIV virus, but that's a whole nother Live at 5. That's actually a whole nother Facebook group, but we're focusing on MS. So what you want to do is put that on multiple times a day and watch it go away. And I'd love if you do that to let me know how that works, because I hate to call you a guinea pig, but I kind of need a guinea pig. I need someone to do that. And I don't know anyone who has them, who's actually, or has told me that they have them, who's willing to do that. All right, back to the comments. Trish says, I was hospitalized as a teen with mono. Yeah, me too. And strep at the same time. They lanced my throat. Oh no, which led to to uncontrolled. Why can't I see more? I'm trying to see more. Oh, I'm hitting the see more button and it's not working. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go back up. Shit, it's not working. Trish, I can't see the rest of your comment right now. All I can see is which led to uncontrollable bleed, ... And it says see more, but I can't click on it. Nothing's happening. So I will go back to that. But yeah, if you were hospitalized, if you had mono as a kid, then you know Epstein-Barr is the cause behind your symptoms. Now, there's something like 65 different strains of the Epstein-Barr virus, and some of them are super mild and some of them are super aggressive. Obviously, I had the aggressive kind. If you're hospitalized with mono, you had the aggressive kind. But if you're thinking, oh, I never had mono, I probably don't have the Epstein-Barr virus. Mono, depending on the strain of the Epstein-Barr virus, can be as simple as a little sore throat, a runny nose, cold symptoms, not enough to send you to the doctor's office, not enough to get a mono diagnosis. So just keep that in mind. 65 around different strains of the Epstein-Barr virus, because just like the flu, it morphs, it changes. Just like the COVID virus, it morphs, it changes, it evolves. It's a living organism, which is why it's able to be killed, which is why when it gets in our body, we just have to stop feeding it, and we have to use our immune system to kill it, and then we have to detox it out of our body. And the reason why it's so important to detox out of your body is because the dead corpse of the virus is a neurotoxin. It will still give you symptoms, even dead. And I remember when my husband, I thought this was interesting, when my husband had COVID, the doctor said, now, when your symptoms are gone, don't be surprised if you still test positive. And he's like, why? And I remember chiming in and I said, because the dead virus is still going to show up on a test as positive. And the doctor said, yeah. So it's the same thing with any virus. That dead virus is a neurotoxin. Sometimes it's dermatoxin. It just brain, derma, skin toxin causes symptoms. So that's why not only do we have to starve the virus to weaken it, but we have to use our immune system to kill it. And then we have to detox that dead corpse right out of our bodies, because we're still going to get symptoms from it. So in the workshop, I talk about how to do that, and I talk about going gluten-free and how long it takes before you're going to see a change in how you feel and why it takes that long. The life cycle of the Epstein-Barr virus is only 6 weeks. But 6 weeks is a long time when you're just going gluten-free for the first time, because gluten feeds the virus. And the littlest tiny bit of gluten, a crouton, less than a crouton, is enough to feed the virus, which is enough to cause you symptoms. So workshop, I can't stress enough. You're going to learn so much. And I give away everything for free, everything, because honestly, I found all this information out myself. I didn't pay for it. I wish I had somebody, but I didn't. So you can get all of this information for free. I'm not going to charge you for it. The only thing that I charge for is the group coaching. If you're the kind of person who wants to do it with a group, well then great. I have a group for you. I'll coach you right through it every week. We'll get on Zoom. But if you're the kind of person who is like, no, just give me the information, I'll do it by myself, well then great, you have that option too. I just want to make sure that everyone who needs this information has this information, which is why I'm going to ask you, pass this on. Pass this on to people. Make sure that they know. You're not going to be met with open arms. Look what my neurologist did. But you're not going to be met with open arms all the time. I got kicked out of an MS meeting because I said MS was a virus. And they said, you're crazy. Get out of here. You obviously don't have MS. There's no way you could have healed yourself. So that was disheartening. That was really hard to deal with. So you're not always going to be met with open arms, but please, just like you needed this information, somebody else needs this information. So please make sure you pass it on. Okay, let me see. I still can't hit that see more button. Oh, I just did. And that's all there was. Okay. They lanced my throat, which led to uncontrolled bleeding. And I still got tonsil stones at 47. Yeah, tonsil stones. I know they're the worst. They're so gross. Yeah, it's amazing. All of us who are now putting together mono, Epstein-Barr virus, multiple sclerosis. It's all making sense now. And so is our childhood. Like, I was always like, why am I such a sickly kid? I wasn't a sickly kid. There was nothing wrong with me. I wasn't lazy. I had a virus. So it's very healing to find out that there's nothing wrong with our bodies. Our bodies are not attacking itself. There's nothing wrong with the way our bodies were created. We just have a virus that they couldn't see before because the medical instruments in today's society cannot detect the Epstein-Barr virus in our organs because we don't biopsy our organs. We only test our blood. Again, workshop information. Okay, so did I get everybody? Elizabeth, girl, come on. You really do look good. I wish I could have heard that in your Southern accent. I really do, because it's such a great accent. Thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate it. It's okay. Don't worry about getting to me. I know you're busy. Oh, about the email? Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I'm totally going to get to you. I love the way you said, don't rush. Rush isn't even in my vocabulary. Something funny you said. I appreciate it. Thank you. Karen asked, do you use apple cider vinegar? Karen, excellent question. I used to, because I read so many good things about it. So I'm like, all right, I'll take a shot of this today. I don't anymore because I read from Anthony Williams, which is so much information has come from him that has healed me, that has healed so many people. Hold on. He says, don't ever drink vinegar, because how do you pickle a cucumber and turn it into a pickle? You put vinegar in it. So what does that do to the cucumber? It allows the spices and the vinegar to permeate the cucumber and turn it into a pickle. I was like, all right, that makes sense. He goes, you're doing the same thing to your liver. You're pickling your liver. Stop pickling your liver, because all of the toxins then can get through that liver that's been permeated holes. He just creates the holes. I was like, holy crap, that makes a ton of sense. So the only time I use vinegar is when me or my kids have terrible gas pains. And that doesn't ever happen as an adult too much, but I would do it if I had gas pains. My kids early on, and I still do it, they still take it today, but early on I would tell them, listen, you got gas, right? You could wait it out. It will go away. Drink some water. It'll go away in a couple hours. Or you could take a shot of this vinegar. I would dilute it with water. Always dilute it with water. You could take a shot of this vinegar. It's going to taste awful. You're going to gag or not, but I gag. It's awful. But your gas pains will go away within less than a minute. In less than a minute, you won't be in pain anymore. It's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. And they always took the vinegar. And they still do. They're like, Ma, where's the vinegar? I got gas. It totally works. But that's the only time that I do it. When you read all those things about how healthy vinegar is to take every single day, it's not true. I thought it was too. Trust me, I was doing the shots, feeling like a badass. Don't do it. Elizabeth, I've got a fresh fever blister, cold sore, getting the oil. Oh my God, thank you. You're going to be my guinea pig. Thank you. Getting the coconut oil now. Thank you so much. All right, so let me know how that works. And if it doesn't work, I'll let you know. I'll let the group know that it didn't work. But I just want to know, like, if you've got a good one, put it on there. Keep putting it on there. How many times a day? I don't know. As often as you think about it, I don't know. Until you start seeing a difference, I don't know. If you would experiment for me and let me know. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Letitia says, have you ever heard of the Epsom bath salts for detox? Yes, absolutely. The only reason why I don't do it is because I don't feel like scrubbing my tub. I have been scrubbing my tub lately, though, because I have to put my son in the tub. So I should probably start taking them. Yes, they're very good for you. Those salts are going to, well, the hot water opens up your pores. The salts draw it out. Absolutely good. Keep doing it. Bagda, how are you? Is it possible to get healed after living with it for 20 years? Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. No matter what, your body always wants to heal. Listen, if you got a paper cut at 90 years old, is your body going to heal it, or are you just going to hemorrhage from the paper cut? No, your body's going to heal. Why? Because your body is always in a state of healing. Doesn't matter if it's a paper cut, and it doesn't matter if it's a scar in your spine. Now, I've done a whole nother video on this. Detours? Yeah, look for the one that has detours in the, go on YouTube. There's a Minding Your Soul YouTube channel. Go on there and scroll through until you see detours. And I remember doing like the construction sign. Watch that video. No matter how old you are, your body is always going to be taking the detours around the scars. You're always going to be able to heal. But the trick is you have to be healthy enough to heal. You have to stop feeding the virus. Your immune system has to do more than kill a virus 24/7. So as soon as you get your body to stop, not get your body, as soon as you remove the virus so that your immune system isn't attacking a virus 24/7 and it can do other things and it can heal other things, that's when you're going to start to heal. So Bagda, absolutely positive. Go watch that video. I think I talked for another 45 minutes about how your body can absolutely heal by taking detours. And what's a detour? Watch the video. It's really cool. Really cool. Myelin, they don't tell you, regenerates itself. It absolutely regenerates itself. But your body is always going to do the most efficient thing first. Your body's always working on its efficiency list. And it's not efficient to build myelin all the time. It takes too many resources. So instead of rebuilding, we go around. That's the detour that I'm talking about. So go watch that. All right. I think we only have two more. Yeah, we have two more comments here. I was just listening, Suzanne says, I was just listening to a couple doctors on Facebook last night. They talked about the body attacking itself with MS. I know, doctors are always talking about the body attacking itself. This is new information. Not to me, it's not new, but to the medical industry, you see the articles that people are posting, which, by the way, thank you very much, in the group about the medical industry finally recognizing that MS is the Epstein-Barr virus and they're working on a vaccine. So that's not common knowledge. So you're still going to find doctors talking about your body attacking itself. And it's really sad. And you guys are going to be the ones where in 10 years, when autoimmune disease isn't even a thing, because there's no such thing as your body attacking itself, and now we know this 10 years from now, you guys are going to be like, you know, there is this chick on Facebook, and, you know, I used to think that she was crazy. She used to say this all the time. Don't worry about it. So many things that I said 10 years ago have come true, and my kids are like, yes, mom, you were right. So, I mean, a lot of times I'm wrong too, but sometimes I'm right. And it comes back to me with my kids, and I love it. But yeah, with this, you'll see more and more people are going to start talking about the Epstein-Barr virus, and it's just going to become mainstream. And eventually, there's not going to be any more autoimmune disease. My God, if I don't get my nails done, I swore I was just going to take off the polish today, and I didn't even get a chance to do that. All right, what do we have? Letitia, awesome, thank you. I will be sure to take an Epsom salt bath, but not with hot water, being my body can no longer handle. I want my see more button work. Oh, it did. Okay. No longer handle hot water, so I will use warm as I can handle. Okay, that's awesome. So, Letitia, I just want to tell you, Elizabeth, the one who was a couple comments up that I was talking to about the breath work, she was hysterical when she's like, I rose from the bathtub like Jesus Christ himself. She started the protocol and right away started healing. And the same thing, not being able to get out of a bathtub, hot water, too hot, tired. She is now, message each other, let her know. She is now getting out of the bathtub. She's healing. She's driving cars. Like everything is changing. So just because you can't handle the hot water now doesn't mean that you always won't be able to. So don't worry, healing is on its way. Ginger, I'm 60 and doing this. Absolutely, you're 60 and doing this. This is wonderful. Any age, your body is always healing. I don't care if you're 90. My grandmother is 88. We got her on a gluten-free diet. She's feeling amazing. She's 88. I didn't realize that. Honestly, I think she stopped aging for me at 82. And over Easter, I'm like, Grandma, how old are you now? Like 83, 84? I'm thinking, okay, maybe I missed a few years. She's like, oh, I'm 88 now. I'm like, didn't you say you went dancing last weekend? She goes, yeah. Like it was nothing. I don't think she knows how old she is, which is great. I told my mother, never tell her. Anyway, and we do have a few more comments. Rhonda, all of my MS symptoms, with the exception of my walking issues, which are getting less and less, have vanished since, I gotta hit see more. Oh my God, I'm hoping you're gonna say the protocol. Oh, here we go. Oh, you did say the protocol. I'm like, I'm hoping you're going to say that. Have vanished since I started this protocol in September of 2021. All right, everybody, did you hear that? Rhonda just said, all of my MS symptoms, with the exception of my walking issues, which are getting less and less, have vanished since I started this protocol in September of 2021. Rhonda is somebody that I talked to a very long time ago. Rhonda's not even in the group sessions. Rhonda's one of those people where she's like, oh, this is the information I need. All right, I'm going to do it. And she just did it. And she's healing. And she's been at it and she's been consistent since September of 2021. And here we are in April of 2022. And her walking issue, the last of her symptoms, is getting less and less. This is absolutely possible to do. I'm going to teach it all to you in the workshop. The May 2nd, it begins. Monday, May 2nd, I will teach it all to you. Like I said, you don't need a ton of money to heal. You don't. I was a single parent. I had no money. I had a car that barely ran, 2 kids to feed, a mortgage to pay, and there was no money for healing. But I had the 2 kids and I didn't have any support or any help, and I knew I had to get better. I had to heal. So there are stories everywhere. There's evidence everywhere of healing. You absolutely can do it. You can do it by yourself. You can do it in a group, however you want to do it. Listen to the information, absorb it, and just do it. Gotta listen to myself about losing weight. I know I shouldn't say about losing weight. I know. It's just that the other day I had a pint of ice cream and I was kicking myself like 5 minutes after. I gotta be able to coach myself through my weight loss and like not eating the pint of ice cream, just like I coach my clients. And I'm like, it's gluten, just don't eat it. I should go, Janine, it's ice cream, just don't eat it. I know, I hear myself. All right. Suzanne says Matt Embry is talking a lot about EBV now. Yeah, I know. One of the group members, Tina, she tags me in. I was listening to it a lot, but then kind of got frustrated. He kind of said a few things that I was like, what? No. But anyway, I like him. I used to think he was sexy as hell. Now, not so much because I married someone who looks almost just like him, but better. So, yeah. I sometimes watch him. But yeah, he does have a lot of good information. See, I'm getting off on a tangent because I don't talk to people all day long. All right, we're going on an hour. I just talked for a freaking hour and it feels like 5 minutes to me. I don't want to go. Oh, Karen says, great, Rhonda. Yeah, congratulations, Rhonda. You are doing fabulous and you're such a great inspiration for everybody. So the more people who are healing, get that word out, share it, whether you're in other MS groups or you're walking down the street and talking to someone with MS, let them know that healing is possible. Let them know what worked for you because we need to become the new virus. We need to spread this information because think about it. Think about where you are now. If you're sick and you have symptoms, and there is a way for you to not be sick and not have symptoms and have all the energy that you want and be able to get your independence back and go to the store and just go shopping by yourself, or maybe just sit in a coffee house by yourself or a bar and have a couple drinks. Anything that you want to do, you're able to do because you don't have symptoms. You're healed. You're done. It is absolutely possible. And it's not that freaking hard. I feel like if me, the worst, like most undisciplined person back then could do it, anybody could do it. I'm Italian. I'm a Scorpio. I don't deprive myself of anything. I never would. I figured out a way to do it. Rhonda, she said, thanks. Yes, Rhonda, you're very welcome. All right, everybody, we have the clearing coming up this weekend. If you haven't registered for that already, I'll put a link in the comments. We have the workshop coming up May 2nd. It's a Monday, first week in May. It's every day. I'm going to go live and teach you the entire protocol Monday through Friday. Go to mindingyoursoul.com, sign up, click on free workshop and sign up for it. This way you get entered in a drawing to win a full scholarship to the 16-week program. You get daily reminders of when I'm going live because God knows I can't do anything without a reminder. I schedule my phone reminders for everything. So this I have going off, I think 2 minutes before I go live. So you'll get an automated thing. An automated message that says, hi guys, it's Janine. I'm going live in 2 minutes today. Short, that's it. Oh, with a button that will take you right to the group. Nice and easy, because that's the way I like things these days. All right, that's everything. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you for talking to me. I should really do more live at 5s because honestly, I talk to an infant all day long. So it's so nice to talk to you guys. And remember, you do have choices. You don't have to be sick. Healing is absolutely possible, and I will show you exactly how to do it. All right, have a great night. I'll see you all soon. Bye.